Hey guys, how you doing? It's Craig here from CraigTube. How's it going? This is just a quick video. I'm using my GoPro. I've got a stick here, so it might be a little, take your Gravol, okay? That's all I can say. The reason I'm doing it like this is because I'm kind of in a hurry. I got stuff to do, and wanted to talk about this beer kit that I just have been drinking. This is a, what do we got here? Beer Maker's Bitter Ale XXX. You see that? So the reason why I'm doing it this way is because this is about to run out, and I got to do something today. I got an appointment, not an appointment, but I have a commitment today. So I just did it this way because it's a lot quicker. So I brewed the beer, and I've been drinking on it, and so it's a bitter ale. So, bitter beer. Doesn't have a lot of hop profile. And here it is. Da, 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 da. It's nice. It had a little bit more head on it, but I've had to deal with an issue with my camera here, so it lost some of it. But it's still holding out nicely. You see it's got a nice cap on it. I brewed this beer in the most simple way possible. I followed the instructions on the can. And this was sent to me, actually, along with a lot of these other beer kits I'm going to do here, by Ryan. His name's Ryan. He calls himself rkdangeriously in my chat room on Friday nights. So he sent me this, and I did it exactly the way it said on the can, with 1 kilogram of dextrose. Yeah, back to kit and kilo, Craig. Yeah, he's back to kit and kilo after all these years. I don't really care, because we're going to taste this right now. I've already tasted it, but I'll give you a bit of a profile of it if you want. And I'll show you what's been going on. I got another one of these fermenting over there, and I'll show you what's been going on. Maybe some of you have some ideas of what's going on here. This is what happened to this one too, but get to that in a second. Okay? Cheers. Hope I'm in frame here. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. It has very little hop top end to it. It's not an IPA. And yes, it's bitter. Nothing else you can say about it. It's got great flavor. Tastes a bit like a red ale, because you can see sort of the color of it. I don't know if we can get... What happens if we turn things around and just get it sort of through to the light there? I don't know if you can see through that. You might be able to. I can't see what this camera sees, so I'm just going by the seat of my pants. Yeah, it tastes like a red ale. It's got that bitterness to it. Definitely a lot of that. It's not very sweet at all. It's actually pretty dry. And it's got a beautiful mouthfeel. And it turned out great. For a beer kit, it turned out great. So, can't complain about that. This is not an advertisement. It's just a Beer Maker's Bitter Ale XXX. And yes, it is quite bitter. So I guess that's the XXX part, right? Triple X. I don't know why they use the letter X when something's, But anyway. So basically what happened with this beer when I was fermenting it is the same thing that's happening over here. Now I'm going to slowly turn this around. Don't mind, I've got things going on down here. It's a bit of a mess. Here's another one that's fermenting. Probably the same company, same brand. Now what I did was I used my own yeast. I used my own, California ale yeast that I've been using for over 2 years now. And it's been going great, but for some reason, since I started brewing these different beers, other than the Coopers, I'm having a bit of a problem with foam. Now you can see that it was... Well, I've had to put this blow-off tube on here it's going down to this. Some of it's spilt over. You can see there, and so that because it was clogging up the airlock. So, I don't know if I want to open it, but in fact, it's clogged up right now. And every once in a while, it'll go. You guys have experienced that, I'm sure. The foam, here's the beer, and the foam goes all the way up to here. And really, I mean, I'll quickly open it for you. It's no problem. Hear that air come out? One hand. See, look. And that's the way it stays. And so, you know, I get in there and I stir it once in a while. It goes away and then it comes back. This is what it's been doing. So I don't know. It's the same amount of yeast I always use. Let's get that sealed up again. Okay. So that is what happened with this beer too that I'm drinking right now, although it tastes fine. But it's a problem because that thing gets clogged up. I have to keep cleaning the hose. You know, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So, but anyway, other than that, I don't know if something's going wrong with the yeast. Maybe the yeast has gone zombied on me. Maybe the yeast became a zombie on me because it's 2 years old. Not sure. Or whether it's just the yeast is not used to a different brand of beer kit. It's going all nuts. Don't know. I guess the only thing I can do is grab a Cooper's and do a Cooper's and see if it does the same thing. So it's a process of elimination. But other than that, the beer kit's fine. The beer's fine. The previous one I did, which had the same problem. In fact, with this one, the yeast floated to the top in chunks, and I had to stir it a few times. It's weird. And actually, I had to add more yeast to this because it stopped. I had a stuck fermentation, and I happened to have another jar of yeast in the fridge, and so I stuck that in there, and away it went, and it was fine. So maybe the yeast is starting to, you know, I don't know. You guys can tell me down in the comments. But it really, this is a nice beer. I'm really enjoying it. It's very nice of Ryan to send these. But if it wasn't a good beer, I wouldn't tell you that it was. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just tastes like a bitter ale. There's no after flavor. There's no off flavors. There's no weirdness to it. It's just there's a bit of a malty flavor in there. Not a lot of sweetness. Maybe some caramel 10 or caramel 20 in there, or something to give it a little, you know, darker color. But other than that, it's fairly bitter and fairly dry, and has a nice mouthfeel. I don't add as much carbonation as some people might because I keg my beers, so it tastes more like a draft beer than a bottled beer, which is fine with me because, you know, burp as much and everything, and I don't care about burping. Burping's fine. Burping's great for me. But so yeah. So thanks, Ryan. This is great. In a short while, I'll be sitting back up in the living room for you guys and trying another one of those craft beers that he sent me. I'm sorry, I just came in from shoveling my front sidewalk. I live in like a condominium, like a condo kind of thing here, and you know the contractors come in and they plow your snow for you. But today being Sunday, as of this recording, and for me tomorrow's a holiday, I didn't think they'd be around, so I went out and I shoveled my whole walkway and steps, put salt down and everything. As soon as I got in, started taking my coat and boots off, I heard the snow plow. Around the back. They did my backyard for me. So, all that energy for nothing. But hey, good exercise. But I'm still, like, you know, it's cold out. It's -8 Celsius. You Americans can convert that to Fahrenheit if you want. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. I got the frostbite on my knuckles and everything and all that. So, but anyway, so again, Ryan, thanks so much, sir, for these beer kits, and I think he said there's more coming, or something's more coming on the way. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do have these wonderful craft beers up in the fridge that I'm going to be doing reviews, and I'll think of some topics to talk about. In fact, if you guys have any questions, I can't promise I'll answer all of them, but I will pick some, and not necessarily brewing questions. It could be about just about anything. I have opinions, and I'm careful not to divulge too much of my personal opinion on certain things because then people get, you know, it's crazy these days the way things are. But if you have any suggestions of something you want me to talk about, if it, as long as it's not going to take an hour, I'd be happy to entertain some of your ideas. Okay? So I'll pick something out of the hat, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to go and enjoy this. I'm going to go on Skype, talk to a good friend of mine. He's an audio engineer, and we're going to talk some geek talk. And I can't wait to get back on here and do some of those reviews, those great beers I have in the fridge. RK Generously, Ryan, thank you so much. And guys, be safe. Enjoy that home brew. Keep brewing those great beers. And we'll see you real soon. Okay? Take care. And don't forget, those things. People have been buying them, so that's good. Thank you. Thank you to all you who have. All of you who have. Ugh, can't even talk. Okay. Take care, guys. Cheers. 17. Oh.